in the box. Let's take a look and see what's in the shares this week and what you can do with it. So this week we have lettuce mix, which is really nice and safe. Lettuce mix that you can work with. It's summer, so we love our summer salads. It's so easy to work with. Your other greens are local sweet potato greens. And for those of you who have not worked with local sweet potato greens, I kind of approach them like spinach. They do have long stems off each leaf. You can eat that just normal. I have no problem with them when I steam mine and just plop them in at the last minute, and I do more of a wilt, so it really doesn't take long, just like spinach. But of course it's super good for your immune system, good for eye health, blood sugar support. So we like this one. It's also got lots of vitamin K in there, so we're doing a lot of bone support in here with this. And pretty easy to work with flavor-wise because, like I said, it's more like your spinach. Then we have amazing celery this week, which is such a great summer vegetable. So celery has enough water to kind of rehydrate the cells a bit. And of course, it's very healing for the body and detoxifying at the same time. I love to take mine and literally just dip it into different sauces and dips that I make throughout the summer, or nut and seed butters. It's a very simple way to do it. When I usually get it is I will cut the ends off, and then I will put this in water in my refrigerator. That way it stays crisp throughout the entire week. We also have zucchini, which of course I like. You guys have heard me say before, I like because it takes on the flavor of anything else you're cooking. So super easy, and I love working with it. It is a little bit of a softer vegetable because it's a summer squash. So if I'm sauteing things with onion and garlic and maybe hardier vegetables, I put this in toward the last because I don't want to overcook it. But it's got great digestive system properties in there for you. And then of course broccoli. Love broccoli. Most of you know what to do with your broccoli tops, but did you know you can eat the stem? So I take about the last maybe inch and a half or two, cut them off because it's very fibrous. But you'll notice as you get closer to the flower part or the flowering part that it is much softer. And you can literally slice it. I do thin slices and I saute it right up in the pan, and it tastes just like the broccoli. You get the nutrients, only you get just a little bit extra fiber in there. So I always work with it. I don't like to waste anything. Then of course with our cabbage, it is summer, so I love to do cabbage rolls in there, or even just use this as a wrap for my summer sauteed veggies, and I'll just wrap them right up in it. It's really good. The other thing I like to do is work with bell peppers, cut them open. I love to stuff bell peppers. That's one of my favorite things to do. Of course, you can just stick them and do nut and seed butters or sauces for summer, which is easy. But one of the things I like to do is take my bell peppers and I will stuff them with all sorts of things. I do a lot of vegetables and maybe beans in mine, but I love to make a sauce out of the orange that you have. I take the juice from the orange, a little bit of fresh garlic, and I will use coconut aminos and put this together with just a hint of ginger. It is such a great sauce or glaze that you can pour, and I put it over whatever it is I'm stuffing in my bell pepper, but you can pour it over any dish, even more like a stir-fry dish. It has amazing flavor, and it's a hit for my meat eaters in the family when they pour it over their chicken. So this is a good one to use, and of course, like I always say, make sure to keep the rind because there's so much you can do with orange zest. It has so much flavor. We also have jumbo avocados again, which I love. And if you haven't heard me before, I always like to tell people that if you're going to cut it open and not use the whole thing, save the pit, put it back in there, use the part you want out of the peel, and put it back together like it's whole. It keeps it from oxidizing quite so fast. I also will make my guacamole and put the pit in the guacamole, making sure everyone knows it's there so it doesn't oxidize while it's out and everybody is using it quite so fast anyway. But if your avocado is a little hard and you want to ripen it faster, I just plop it in a bag with maybe an onion or garlic, a brown paper bag, set it on the counter for a couple days, and it'll get soft pretty quick. Beets. Don't be afraid of your beets, guys. Everyone gets so afraid of them. They're great for heart health, circulation, blood pressure health. They're so good. And a lot of fiber. So you can do a lot with these that you don't even have, if you don't like the flavor, that you don't notice them. So if you roast them, you'll see that it's a little bit easier to tolerate for most people. They handle it a lot better. It's just about how you flavor it. Add your onion, add your garlic. I love rosemary with my roasted beets, but it is a great way to get them in you without really noticing the flavor if you don't like them. Purple sweet potatoes. We love these because they have the antioxidants that your body needs to get rid of that extra inflammation, really support cellular structure. So super healthy, great for eye support, of course. But the flavor is different than a normal orange or yellow sweet potato. I really like them much deeper and a little less on the carby sugar side. So they're usually more safe for diabetics. So I really like working with these. Then of course we've got these orange carrots, which of course in summer, I love to stick them with my celery, dip them right in nut and seed butters, and it's such an easy snack. But I also will cut my ends off and soak these in water with my celery in the fridge. That way they stay nice and crisp throughout the entire week while they're in there until I'm ready to use them. Then of course we have our microgreens. So this is your vitamins in a box, if you will, because there's so many nutrients in these. You just want to keep these raw so you can put them on top of your cooked dish when you're done cooking. Put them on top and eat them. Put them in your salads. I toss them in my smoothies. I never waste these. In fact, usually this is my salad. I literally have a giant bowl of this instead of lettuce, and I put my veggies and whatever flavorings I want on it. But that's how you get mega nutrients in your body. So fruit share, we have some fun things. We've got grapes, the red flame grapes, which I love freezing mine. So I love a summer treat by pulling them all off the stem, of course, soaking them, I dip them in water, and then I put them in the freezer on a flat tray. That way they don't clump all together. Then I will pull the frozen ones, put them in a bag, and what a great treat. It's like mini popsicles for kids. Love it. Dark sweet cherries, y'all. I don't have to tell you how to eat these. They're so good, but did you know you can keep the pits and use them? I like to make a syrup out of it. So I take all the pits and I add sugar or maple syrup. Usually what I do is a 1-to-2 ratio. 1 part of, I'll do like, if I have, let's say half a cup of my cherry pits, I'll put 1/4 of a cup of the sweetener, whether it's the sugar or maple syrup, and then you can put it on the stove till it kind of boils down. Then strain those pits out and you have an amazing syrup. It'll be a beautiful, bright red color, and the flavor's gonna be a little bit more on the almond side, which is kind of yummy. Speaking of what else you can do with your fruit share, peaches. You know how to eat the peaches. But it's also camping season, y'all. So you know what I like to do with my pits? I save my pits, I dry them, and then I make sure that with my pits, I keep them for fire starter. So they make amazing, these are like, the pits are like little nuggets of coal, and they will start a fire like that, which is amazing. So don't waste them. I keep them all in a bag in the freezer till I'm ready to dry them all out, and then they're bagged and ready for camping, which I love. Of course, we have Gala apples. Apple season is kind of curbed down a bit. We've had a rough time trying to get apples going because it's been more of a drought. So there's less apples out there, more demand, price is going high sky. They're just not doing well right now. So this might be toward the end of apple season until we get a couple months from now where they'll pop back up with the new harvest. And then of course jumbo mangoes, which I love, y'all. What can you not do with them? They're kind of tedious to eat, but so worth it. That high vitamin C in there is great antihistamine and really good to keep you hydrated with electrolytes. So sometimes I will take the peel, which has a little bit of that mango in it, and I just plop it in my water to infuse it, which is good. Look at these giant lemons, y'all. There's a lot of lemon here. So I cut mine, and if you're not going to use the whole thing all at once, then I will put the juice in cubes and freeze it. So at least we have that, and I don't waste any of it. Of course, I use the lemon zest. And the last thing are these adorable little local pears. Great flavor, super easy to use, great for digestion, flow, and of course I always eat the peel because it has the most fiber in it, and that's what the body needs. So hopefully this gives you some ideas of what you can put together and how you can use your share this week. Hope it helped. Thanks.